Good morning, brothers and sisters. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. Let's start off by offering a greeting about our heavenly parents and true parents. 천진 참모님께 경배. 바로. And now to lead us through the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
Yeah, forgive the clicking sound. 가정맹세 1. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조의 상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가정을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 신정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천혜의국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan Stevens. And now to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Ava Ozaki. Ava Ozaki, if you could please unmute.
Okay, yes, let us pray. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Heavenly Parent, what an honor to pray on this first day of 2022, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, in this second 7-year course, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, we are so grateful to come before you every day to offer this morning devotion centering on Dr. Yong, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, we are just so grateful that we can come together and we can listen to your word. But Heavenly Parent, not just to your word, but to your heart that Dr. Yong expresses every day, Father. And sometimes we feel like he's crying when he thinks about your heart, Father. Heavenly Parent, I know many of us, we are still so far away from that kind of a standard of heart. But Heavenly Parent, I really pray in this new year, please guide each and every one of us, Father, to come closer to your heart, to experience your heart more deeply, your joy and also your pain, Heavenly Parent. And I pray also, Father, that many brothers and sisters have not come yet on this morning devotion, that they can, Father, somehow, Father, they can be moved, Father, to come, because this is where we receive life, Heavenly Parent. This is where we receive your love, Father. that we receive the power to truly do the things that we need to do, Father, because our true mother is just so serious, Father, for the unity of North and South Korea, and to bring all mankind back to you, Heavenly Parent. So we are just so grateful, Heavenly Parent, for this new beginning, Father. Please be with all our brothers and sisters in the world, Father, Heavenly Parent, that we can make a new beginning, Father. Father, look back on the past year, see what we have learned, Father, and truly, Father, make a new beginning, a new determination, Father, in front of you, in front of true parents, Father, that we will do, Father, better, Father, that we make clearly our goals, Father, and really keep those goals, Father, not forget them, but always go back to them, Father, and try again, Father, to make them real, to make them a reality, Heavenly Parent. I'm so grateful, and I pray for Dr. Yong and his family. Please protect them and guide them always. They make so many sacrifices, Father. Please, that we can learn from them, we can inherit from their love for God and true parents as a family, and that they can become our own, and we can also, Father, make those kind of a family step by step. Heavenly Parent, thank you so much again for everybody being here. Please protect them and guide them always, and show them always the way, Father, to go in this new year, Heavenly Parent. I'm so grateful to be here, and I pray all these things together with my brothers and sisters in the name of Yoshimi Nivozaki, a blessed central family. Aju.
Aju, thank you, Eva Ozaki, for your very heartfelt and very heart-centered prayer. I think because of your prayer, this year really, Heavenly Father can lead us very, very well. Thank you so much, Eva Ozaki. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ozaki, for a powerful, inspiring prayer this morning. Brothers and sisters, let's go into our breakouts for gratitude sharing. It's the new year. Please take this time to reflect and share anything that you've been grateful for, maybe the past year, maybe for this new year, and we'll see you all in 7 minutes. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful sharing in your breakout. I joined my breakout really late. I don't think they noticed I was there. So I'd like to call on Marian North to share with us her gratitude points for this morning devotion.
Good morning. Sorry. Thank you very much. Resford, I was with Mrs. Watanabe, and she shared her heart like so continuously. I felt my responsibility was to listen. And she was sharing how much she wished to be more assertive with God about her responsibilities and about her goals and about her reflection on herself. But I felt like that's very valid for all of us to start off this day. Yeah, so for myself, I saw you there, but we couldn't get a word in edgeways. It's fine. She was very much talking with us. So I'm just grateful for this new year. I'm grateful to be able to continue with Dr. Yong's guidance. I'm very grateful for my family. In Wisconsin yesterday, we had some Zoom meetup for beginning the new year with maybe half a dozen families joined. It was very good to hear people sharing, to hear their reflection, to hear their goals for the year, to hear their ambition, to hear their sadness, so many people passing away at this time, and to hear their determination to make every day the very best that it could be. So thank you very much, Redford, for joining with us. And
thank you. Thank you, Marian North. Marian North, I came to your home country, Australia.
Yeah, I know, Dr. Young, that's great.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Marian North.
Thank you, Pastor Marian, for sharing with us your gratitudes. Next, I'd like to go into the Hendricks family. I see them there, 3 of them, share their gratitude this morning. So if you could please unmute and share with us.
Wow, Dr. Henry, Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
감사합니다. 새해 복 많이 받으십시오.
네.
My gratitude points. True Mother's health is good. I'm very grateful. Also, my wife's health is improving and getting better and better. We are here in Canada, a little bit of a family reunion, and I'm grateful that Heavenly Parent gave me so much inspiration and purpose for life, for principle and eternal life in spiritual world and also on earth, and for Heavenly Parent and for our family, that we can be a family, that we can support each other through life, and we can live for the sake of others and really serve in the best way that we can and become good people. So I'm grateful also for our family helping me so much in my life. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, let's go to Mrs. Hendrick. I first time saw her face. I'm so glad. I heard many times your name, but today I can see you. Wow, so I'm so grateful. Why don't you share, please?
Surprisingly, I saw in the Zoom Keiko Rose. And so I remember that many years ago, I went to North Dakota for the True Parents 50 state tour to work. And then she was really champion in the state, because I could see how her hard work, and she also served the volunteer sisters to many several times delicious meal. So that was my grateful point this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, 감사합니다. All right. And then this is your daughter?
Daughter, yeah, Unity.
Yeah, please share.
I'm just grateful because even though our family is, kind of split apart in different places around the world, every new year, we all gather together on Zoom and share our gratitude points for the year and our New Year's resolutions. So we did that last night, and it was just really nice to just see everybody and reflect together and
beautiful.
share kind of our ups and downs that we experienced throughout the year, and kind of start the new year on a united kind of positive forward. So
thank you so much, Hendrix family. 감사합니다. God bless you. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your gratitude, Hendrix family, and many more blessings to you this year. On to our main message for today. Brothers and sisters, let's open our hearts and mind to welcome our Continental Director, Dr. Chun-Chik Yong.
Yes.
Share the middle, yeah.
And it doesn't come out. God morning, good morning. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace, 안녕하십니까? I'm sorry, my technique, some problems. Happy New Year. I hope that this year will bring you more health, that all your wishes based on God will come true. Today, our Yong family had a New Year ceremony to celebrate the New Year. Okay, can we have a next program? Next one. Hello?
Yeah, that is the next one in my PowerPoint.
But my PowerPoint does not move at all.
So I don't have your photos, Dr. Yong. I only have these slides.
Last time you do, you tell me how you do. Sorry to my brothers and sisters, it's okay. Yeah, today is on the first day of this year, the whole family and worship Heavenly Parents and True Parents and made a family pledge and prayers. So today is New Year, so I had a beautiful family ceremony and 경배 and then family pledge. This is a picture of my father-in-law and my wife and I. The father-in-law and our house is the God of our family. My father-in-law now 86 years old. Me and my wife together gave a blessing to each of our grandchildren one by one. I think they are very happy. And our couple also gave a blessing for each family. And my son-in-law went to the second generation workshop as a staff member. So we took a family photo with everyone except my son-in-law. I am so grateful that True Parents blessed the fourth generation to live together like this. I am deeply grateful to Heavenly Parents and True Parents for giving me the opportunity to directly experience the world of the four great realms of heart and three great kingship, not just a theory, but through the family kingdom of heaven. Now, our young family spent a day starting anew this year, setting the goal of the prayer and devotion for young family in 2022. Today, I'd like to talk about a course of life and death struggles from True Mother's Anthology 1. Please, Heavenly Honey, read.
A course of life and death struggles. When I was married at the age of 17, I resolved to do the best I could, no matter how difficult it might be, to achieve what God desired, the ideal He envisaged at the creation, and to simplify all complicated matters and arrive at simple solutions. Heaven blessed us with many children, and I did my best in giving birth to them all. From 1972, when Father began his work in America, we had many difficulties. Communists followed Father wherever he went and interfered with his work, and there were many threats and dangers along the way. My nerves were on edge all the time. I had to travel by car constantly. So over a 5-year period, I had many miscarriages. In 1975, Kwanjin was born, and after that, I gave birth to 5 more children. The doctor told me, you should concern yourself with staying healthy for the children you have now. Why aren't you concerned about protecting your health? From my point of view, however, I couldn't say I wanted to stop. An elder sister went up into the mountains for 3 days to pray, especially for me. She returned and told me, Mother, God says you should have 13 children. Then I had Yongjin. I tried to give birth by natural delivery, but his head was large, and it seemed I might die during childbirth. Father was in Germany, and the doctor said that both mother and baby would be in danger if a decision was not made in 30 minutes. I had no choice but to have a cesarean section, and so Yongjin was born. Once you have a cesarean section, you can't give birth by natural delivery. Therefore, I had to offer a special prayer to find out what God wanted me to do. Heaven confirmed that God was waiting for me to give him 13 children. It was a surprising answer. After that, I had Yongjin, who is my 7th son, and including the last 2 daughters, I have also 7 daughters. So I have given birth to 14 children, an equal number of boys and girls. I hear a family with many children usually means between 5 and 9 children. However, how many have I given birth to myself? True parents are tones who indemnified and restored human history, which had gone astray to its original state. Isn't that so? That is why I had to match the number of my children to the providential number for the sake of family perfection. To give birth to 14 children within 20 years is virtually impossible. Having even one cesarean section is difficult, but I have had 4. What made me do so, do you think? I did this to save you. Don't you think I am a mother you can be proud of? From this point alone, the satanic world cannot say anything against true parents' achievements.
True. Next, let's look at True Father's word about the birth of 13 true children. What Father is talking about this? So, Heavenly Honey, please.
Unificationists must leave behind many fruits of love. What will singles leave behind after they marry? It will not be gold and silver treasures. God doesn't want that. He doesn't even want knowledge. The base of power also flows away. What are you going to leave behind? You have to leave behind the fruits of love. They are your sons and daughters. Do you want to leave behind many of them or a few of them? You have to leave behind a lot. That's why Unification Church members should give birth, and keep giving birth. True Mother also gave birth to 13 children, right? How many children do you want to have? The more babies you have, the more cells you have that are inspired by love. None of the women who have had many babies are evil. The more babies you have, the better you become. Whenever a mother gives birth to a child, she hands over her life to the child, right? True Parents' mission to leave behind more than 12 children. True Mother gave birth to a lot of babies, right? If I had just stayed still, there would have been 20 children. True Mother had a C-section 4 times. I heard that I was called a savage because True Mother would be in trouble if she was to cut one more time. I was called a savage. Why? Because of the Unification Church. Why is that because of the Unification Church? I don't want to have a lot of children. But when I asked God, he said, hey, you punk, you must have more than 12, 13 children. There are 12 months of 4 seasons in a year. Jacob walked on the path to restore 12 sons. Moses had 12 tribes. Jesus had 12 disciples. And true parents had to have more than 12 children on the path of restoration.
Yeah, even our true parents, when they deliver 13 children, not because of their own plan, everything for the sake of the God's will, everything the path of the God's restoration. Can you imagine our true mother deliver more than 12 children? C-section more than 4 times. I think already this condition, our true mother can have a qualification to become really true mother. I really appreciate our true mother at risk of her life. She delivered more than 13 children, not just only for own sake, for the sake of the all mankind, for the sake of the God's will. I really appreciate our true mother's great effort and sacrifice. Living Divine Principle. And then today I'd like to talk about again the series, The Life of Give and Take Action 1. Please read the EDP content.
Through the agency of universal prime energy, the subject and object elements of every entity form a common base and enter into interaction. This interaction in turn generates all the forces the entity needs for existence, multiplication, and action. The interaction generating these forces through this process is called give and take action.
Yes, life of true love. Principle of true love is give first and then receive later. One principle love is take first and then give or even forget to give back. My dear brothers and sisters, always we need to remind that yesterday we learned from Father's word. Giving first and then receive, this is a principle. However, you try to receive first and then give, that is the fall. We need to know this fundamental and very important principle we need to apply in our daily life. So based on this give and take action, let's study more of Father's word. Please read.
Give and take action is a circular motion. For example, in Japan, when saying success in life, what does it mean? It means to become a company chairman or a director, doesn't it? Then what happens after reaching the top? The answer is stepping down from the top. One must step down. That is the problem. Everything must be in a circular motion. It is natural to go down after going up, but the world doesn't desire this. Up until now, when looking at famous or successful people, they try to stay in that position. What to do after succeeding? When reaching the top in the country, unable to go higher up, come down and educate the juniors at the bottom. One must educate others to create more people like oneself. Consequently, when going up, one must definitely come back down.
Yes, this is give and take action is a circular motion. If the person succeeds and climbs to the top, they have to come down from that position. You shouldn't be greedy to maintain your position. The truth of the universe is that everything moves in a circle, but this world is trying to stay in one spot forever. What do you do after you succeed? There is no place to go up to anymore. So you have to go back to the bottom and educate those under you. You have to educate them to produce a lot of people like you. If you go up, you must go back down. This is the circular motion of the universe. Continue.
However, there is no such thing in this world. Satan clings on to the things he occupies. That is the satanic world. Therefore, Satan occupies the individual, the world, and furthermore, denies the existence of God, trying to maintain his position on top forever. But the law of the universe is what goes up must come down and move in a circular motion. In every relationship, be it human, social, financial, and so on, they are mutually correlated in a give and take action of yielding. When looking from such a fundamental viewpoint, Satan doesn't desire this. To hold on to and maintain his position, Satan eradicates all challenging forces using a strategy of killing everyone. Seen from such a standard, the dictators such as Saddam Hussein are prime examples of this.
In this world, we ignore the law of the universe of circular motion. Satan tries to hold on to the position he occupies until the end. Satan occupies the individual, the country, the world, and furthermore, denies God and tries to maintain his position on top forever. But the law of the universe is that once you go up, you need to go around and around in a circular motion. In all relationships, including human relationship, social relationship, and financial relationship, all must relate to each other, yield to each other, and have give and take action. But Satan tried to maintain his position, and in order to protect it, he eradicates and kills all challenging forces. This is the Satan. That's why, my brothers and sisters, I'm Continental Director, highest position. That's why, for me, while I'm in America, my most important mission is to raise up our second generation fully taking ownership. Father just now mentioned, anytime I need to go down, this is the circular motion. That's why our UPF affiliated organization and Women Federation for World Peace, all affiliated organization, anyone have your certain position, you need to raising up our second generation, our young generation, take over someday. Without raising up our second generation, young generation, if we try to keep our own position, that is not so great. That is not circular motion. Let's follow universal principle of the circular motion, centering on give and take action. Father, guide us really properly. And then after you go down, and then what to do? You need to raise up younger generation. You look at this one. Give and take action is a circular motion. You start from the bottom, right? And a circular motion going up and going up and going up and going up, finally reach the summit. Then what is the circular motion? Then you need to go down and go down and go down, again going up and reach the summit and going down. This is circular motion of the universal principle. Wow, Father's guidance is really amazing, right? So, but if you are really good, of course, from other appoint you to keep your position, that's fine. However, in our heart, you already becomes, 60 plus or 70, something like that. We are really need to focus how to young generation, take over and really fully about taking ownership. That's why I really strongly request to each one of the brothers and sisters, let's support our second generation leadership now. Our national president now, Kimi, is doing excellent job, And in many Secretary General, most of them are our second generation. They are really uniting with our national leader. So let's support our second generation. My main focal point is our second generation and third generation. And now they are no more young age now already. Some of them are 40 plus, some are already near 50 years old. No more young generation. Our first generation concept, when we think second generation, still young guy, do not know anything, inexperienced. Sometimes we easily ignore about that. However, when we give opportunity for them to focus, take a responsibility, they can do very well. That's why as a leader, how much you can trust your member, how much you trust your young generation. As much as you trust, they have more confidence to take ownership. So now our American movement, when I go here and there, 50 state tour, really, we need to really give away to our young generation more, ask them to take fully responsibility. Today's youth ministry about today, a second series about Jesus course. Today, I'd like to talk about Jesus' 40-day fast and Satan's 3 great temptations. Heavenly Honey, please help me to read.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 to 11. Jesus is tested in the wilderness. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. "If you are the Son of God," he said, "throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, and they will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone." Jesus answered him, "It is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. "All this I will give you," he said, "if you will bow down and worship me." Jesus said to him, "Away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Then the devil left him, and angels came and attended him.
Okay, continue.
The following is a secondary providence centered on Jesus. If John the Baptist group had believed and accepted Jesus, who faced disbelief from his family, Jesus would have been able to accomplish God's will of establishing a family at once, and the path to restore Canaan would have passed the national level and be opened worldwide. If John the Baptist group had accepted and attended Jesus, conditions for Satan to invade would not have been established. Furthermore, if they had proved that Jesus came as the Messiah and witnessed to it, it would have resulted in the entire Jewish people attending Jesus. In other words, they would have been able to accept Jesus at the national level.
My dear brothers and sisters, Jesus' first providence need to start centering on his own family. When Jesus look at his own family, he cannot endure anymore. So he get out from the home, and then he start to do a new beginning, centering on John the Baptist. Important is the relationship between Jesus and John the Baptist, where there is unity between Jesus and John the Baptist, and God's providence can carry on very, very rapidly, national level and worldwide level. My brothers and sisters, that was the, God's secondary providence centering on Jesus. Here, we need to know that if there is a oneness between Jesus and John the Baptist, Where there is a oneness somewhere, God always protects. Where there is a unity between Cain and Abel, where there is unity between subject and object partner, there is always universal protection and God's protection. Guarantee. When there is unity, Satan cannot invade anymore. Therefore, if John the Baptist group fully accepted and attended Jesus, and then God giving the revelation more detail to the John the Baptist, what to do, how to attend Jesus, and then he's the one who boldly proclaimed, who is Jesus? However, there is a doubting and disunity, sometimes trust, sometimes cannot trust, and then, unstable. Then there is the condition Satan invade. That's why unity is very important. Where there is unity between mind and body, Father said, anyone without exemption can feel God, can see God, can really know God is helping me. Why we cannot see God? Because there is no unity between mind and body. But my body always control my mind. Then Satan invade. If there is a beautiful unity between husband and wife, and then God directly intervene and giving the revelation what to do, how to take care of the children. However, there is no unity between husband and wife. Satan directly invade to children. This is the principle. Originally, and God, Jesus' mother Mary, and then Joseph and centering Jesus, Trinity, they really unite together. Satan cannot invade anymore. If there is unity and oneness still can invade about them, then there is no God. Brothers and sisters need to know that there is a oneness and unity. Satan cannot find any condition to invade. So why our beloved Jesus need to go through that kind of suffering? Because of this unity and this belief. That is the really problem. Continue.
However, due to the faithlessness of John the Baptist, all foundations were lost, and Jesus himself fell into a position where he had to take the place of John the Baptist. Jesus fell to the position of the servant, where he had no choice but to take responsibility for the second worldwide course. Having lost the foundation due to John the Baptist's faithlessness, Jesus came to fight directly with Satan. This is the 40-day fast and 3 temptations. John the Baptist was supposed to be on the front line and protect Jesus. But when the front line was breached, Jesus came to stand in a position of directly confronting Satan.
Can you imagine our beloved Jesus, God's only begotten Son, came to the earth, to save God's sons and daughters because he lost. And then our Jesus need to do 40-day fasting. God's only begotten Son. Nobody protect him. Even his family cannot protect him. Even John the Baptist cannot protect him. And then he goes down. And that 40-day fasting, he got a 3 temptation from the Satan. What a miserable, our beloved Jesus. Wow, this is a really sorrowful story about our Jesus. Continue.
After being doubted by his family and the prepared John the Baptist, all that was left was Satan's front line. In Jesus' family, Mary was supposed to separate Satan, and in the synagogue, John the Baptist was supposed to separate Satan through his faith. Jesus was disbelieved internally and externally, so he was dragged down before Satan. Satan was well aware of the purpose of Jesus coming to this earth. Satan knew better than anyone that Jesus was trying to recover God's three great blessings, the purpose of creation. Knowing that Jesus needed to fulfill individual perfection, find a family, and become an owner with dominion over creation, Satan gave the three temptations accordingly. In fact, centering on Mary, Jesus' family had to cooperate internally, and John the Baptist and the church had to unite and cooperate with Jesus, but it turned out in failure. Satan's three great temptations were directly testing and accusing Jesus. Are you really God's son and Messiah? Did you really come to fulfill God's purpose of creation? Satan's first test on Jesus: if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread, Matthew 4:3, was a very meaningful test. In the divine principle, stones means the word. Those who need to find the stone must not change their hearts to live by the word, even though they are hungry. That is why Satan tested Jesus to turn the stones into bread. Jesus, did you not feel hungry after fasting for 40 days? So isn't it better for him to turn these stones into bread and eat them? But Jesus answered, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Even when Jesus fasted for 40 days, he was able to defeat Satan by saying that he ignored the bread and gave priority to the word.
Wow, Jesus is the really Son of God. He has enough quality to become Son of God. Jesus was a human being. Can you imagine that? After 40-day fasting, how much hungry he was. And Satan appeared, asked him to make bread from the stone. And then Jesus answered, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from mouth of God. Wow. Wow. My dear brothers and sisters, he mentioned very clearly, human beings need to live centering on God's word more than, material, more than food. Then Jesus' level of the spirit is very, very high. He already overcome materialism. He already overcome the eating desire. That's why in any situation, if we do not overcome the eating desire, if we do not really focus on God's word more than eating desire, our level is still very low class, very low class. You see, we supposed to live centering on God's word more than any material, more than any food. Continue.
The second test was, if you are the Son of God, throw yourself down. This was Satan's accusation. Who believes in Jesus as the Son of God? Look, how can you claim to be the Son of God when your own family doubted you, and even the prepared John the Baptist doubted you, and now there is nobody who believes in you? With this, Jesus answered, do not put the Lord your God to the test, and defeated him. This was asking whether you can test God from the position of having betrayed God.
Yeah. Continue.
As the third test, Satan led Jesus to the top of a mountain and said, all this I will give you if you will bow down and worship me. This means that Satan tempted Jesus with ownership and dominion over creation. However, Jesus said, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. This response meant, aren't you also a being that worships? Yet you are not a thief? Are you not a thief that regards God's things are yours? This is where Satan's true identity is completely revealed.
Yes, You know, this archangel, the Satan, supposed to worship God. You are betrayer. Why you do not worship God? How come asking me to bow down? You don't have any qualification to do that. You are betrayer. And Jesus really straightly spoke out his identity, Satan's identity. So this is where Satan's true identity is completely revealed. Wow. Jesus is really Son of God. Continue.
Jesus, who came as the substance of the Word, Lord of the temple, Father of all people, and the man of individual perfection, who can have dominion over creation and human beings, overcame Satan's three great temptations. So Satan retreated. So from then on, the only way Satan could work was to hinder him through those who believed in Jesus.
Satan never give up. And then, you know, Jesus win the Satan. And then Satan try to find how can disturb God's providence. So where there is a disunity, he tried to find this unity among Jesus' disciples. Continue.
What we need to realize through Jesus' course is that after we join the church, we must first restore our family and build the foundation of faith. The very first thing is restoring our physical mother. If we do not receive the cooperation of our physical mother, we must know that the trials to come in the future will be great. We have to know how difficult it must have been for Jesus to lose the mother and child foundation. If you have not been able to build a foundation for mother and son cooperation centered on your own family, you should find someone in the church who can play the role of a spiritual mother and build a foundation for mother and son cooperation of faith.
Yeah, you know, to stabilize your life of faith, okay? And then first of all, after you listening divine principle, and you need to find a way how to restore your physical mother. If you restore your physical mother, like kind of the mother and son cooperation, and then smoothly you can witness your own brothers and sisters. For my kids, exactly follow that way. When I joined church after 7 days and my mother received inspiration, later many neighbors persecuted my mother. You know, your son joined the Unification Church. He's a clever guy. How come he joined Unification Church? You know, and many kind of persecution come to my mother. And my mother said, hey, my neighbor, brothers and sisters, I trust my son more than you. What you're talking about. I trust him. That's why I let him go. I will also join together. And since that time, no more persecution. And then because of that foundation for me, I witnessed my younger brother, my sister, entire my family members. Really, this is a really principle. How can I restore my physical mother? And then someone already, your mother passed away and then doesn't have a good relationship, then no choice. You need to still build up the foundation in church. Who can be the role of your spiritual mother? Mother and son cooperation, very, very important, you know, to stabilize your life of faith. Continue.
Next, as I practice a life of faith, I must find and establish a spiritual child who will play the role of John the Baptist to me. If I do not find Cain, there will be many difficulties along the way of my faith. First, I need to restore my own family centered on my lineage. Then heavenly fortune and grace will follow. And on my way, I need to find John the Baptist and build up my spiritual foundation. Therefore, no matter what happens, there must be 3 John the Baptist figures around me. Personally, I need to find 3 spiritual children and set them up so that I can always give and receive them artistically.
Yes, two-way. In the family, you need to restore your physical parents. You cannot restore your physical mother, certain reason, a physical mother, then you need to really find some spiritual mother in your church who can protect you and raise up. Secondly, this is a mother and son cooperation. This is a vertical alignment. And then secondly, you need to find some foundation through horizontal foundation. That is to find the John the Baptist. You are three spiritual children, very important. And then when you are stable because of the mother and son cooperation in your family or in your church, already you have a foundation of faith. And based on that, you need to establish a foundation of substance through creating three John the Baptist figure, which are your three spiritual children. And three spiritual children respect you, love you, follow you, obey you, then you already have the foundation of substance. Everybody need to go through this principle, foundation of faith and foundation of substance. And then we can finally enter the realm of God's heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Yong, for there's so much you covered during today's morning devotion, from mothers, children, having 13 children, the significance to circular motion, and then Jesus' temptation, and now on to John the Baptist figures. Thank you for sharing. Brothers and sisters, let's go into our breakout rooms now. Take the next 7 minutes to share with anyone in your breakout anything that came up for you, so that we can all sort of relish on what was shared today. So we'll see you all in 7 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful sharing in your breakouts. I had a very good conversation with Timmy and Takezawa-san. But first, for the reflection section, I'd like to invite up, she's kind of lounged up on her couch right now, Barbara Robertson, Pastor Barbara Robertson, to share with us her reflection from today's morning devotion.
Okay, good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
Wow. Okay, so I'm sitting here. I was alone for a while, so thinking, what is the point, And Dr. Yong was talking about the circular motion. We're gonna go up and down and around. And so I just remember, like sometimes we think, I went through some difficulty and now I'm going to have an easy time, but it doesn't really work that way. And also to really remember when things are very difficult, how to hold on hope, that God really loves us and he's going to make a way because he is that kind of God that he makes a way out of no way. So even when, it's so really difficult that you can remember that. So that's my point.
I
today.
see. Wow, Barbara, thank you so much. 감사합니다. Thank you.
So much on Barbara for such a heartfelt reflection. Next, I'd like to call from Malaysia. We have Phua King Kok. Please let me know if I'm mispronouncing that. Phua King Kok. I believe you were
Hancock.
Hancock. There you go.
Yes, good morning, my dear Dr. Yong.
Hey.
And also my dear brother and sister from America. Dr. Yong, long time didn't see you. Thank you.
Very happy to see you. Yeah.
Yes, today beginning of the new year, I really appreciate Dr. Yong share about this circular motion, give and take, and then this when we come up from bottom, when we come up to the top, we have to coming down. For me, I reflect myself that if I keep myself always on the top, I become Satan, like Satan. So I have to humble myself. And when we come down again, the next motion, when we come up again, there's a big circular again. That's what I believe that is a blessing from Heavenly Parent, from the basic, from the individual, come to the family, come to the tribe. That is
Great.
Thank you, Dr. Yong. I really appreciate your sharing and your guidance. Really, I miss you so much. Happy New Year, Dr. Yong, and all my brother and sister. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a really good point. And going up to reach to the summit and then become more humble, then go down again, and go up again another bigger circle. Wow, from individual level to family level, family to national level. That is a great point. I learned from you. Thank you so much. You can go. God bless you.
Thank you so much, King Kok, for joining us all the way from Malaysia. Brothers and sisters, on to the announcement. If you gain anything from today's morning devotion, feel free to invite people to join, your family, your friends, your contacts, and you just might make it in time to get on their New Year's resolution. That's edu.familyfed.org, edu.familyfed.org. That's where everything morning devotion is related. If you'd like to join the Zoom experience from Facebook or YouTube, you can just go to this website, and there should be a link at the bottom to join the Zoom as well. And on to donations. There's going to be a link in the chat. If you click that, you can donate to support this ministry. But also, if you're watching online, just go to the description of the video you're currently watching, and there should be a link as well to donate. And now, of course, just like to acknowledge Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a wonderful 2021, and I'm sure this year is going to be much, much more wonderful to certain degrees. Well, now on to our musical offering. We have a very special offering. You've heard her sing several times. She's amazing. I believe she loves playing the piano as well. We have Debbie Priest.
Good morning, Dr.
Wow, Daddy, please. I have a longing out to see you. Thank you.
Okay, so I've been singing the first Saturday of the month. I just kind of worked out this day with Tal. But after I sang last time in December, I thought to myself, wait a second, the first Saturday of January is New Year's Day. So I thought, oh, well, surely she must have something else planned for New Year's Day. But she got in touch with me and asked me if I would sing. So I said, sure. But then I thought to myself, I don't know what I'm going to sing because I don't really have anything that's appropriate for New Year's Day and welcoming in the new year. So I had to write a new song. So the song that I'm singing today is a song that I just wrote 1 week ago. It's so new that I don't even know all the words yet, so I have to read the words. So all of you today are going to hear the premiere of my new song. It's called A New World is Coming. I hope you enjoy it. It's a new day, it's a new year. Something's beginning to shift into gear. The clouds are parting and the rain's gone away. My heart is opening in a brand new way. Don't you feel it too? There's something in the air. People are learning to care. Finally discovering that joy comes when we give, and there's peace in our hearts when we learn to forgive. A wave of love is falling to cover all the earth. It melts and heals all the broken hearts and comes to give rebirth to the new world that's coming. It's coming, it's coming. A new world is coming. It's coming, it's coming soon. Can you see it coming? That love is on the rise. The sun is shining and it's opening our eyes. Now it's plain to see that we are meant to love each other. That's because we're all sisters and brothers. And I know in my heart we can heal this world of pain, as long as we are willing to give without gain. But it's you and me that's needed to make this dream come true. 'Cause when we are united, there's nothing we can't do. A wave of love is falling to cover all the earth. It melts and heals all the broken hearts and comes to give rebirth. A wave of love is falling to cover all the earth. It melts and heals all the broken hearts and comes to give rebirth to the new world that's coming. It's coming, it's coming. A new world is coming. It's coming, it's coming. There's a new world coming. It's coming, and it's right around the bend. Don't you see it coming? It's coming. So join with me, my friend. Come with me, come with me, come with me, my friend. Come with me, come with me, come with me, come with me to the new world.
Wow, Debbie! Debbie, please, your song message is always beautiful and very much meaningful. Thank you so much for your beautiful offering song. 감사합니다. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
So much, Sir Debbie, for such a beautiful song, and thank you for making it for this. Hopefully it can circulate around and we can get to hear it after morning devotion today. Now on to our closing prayer. I'd like to invite up Sujin Ogden, if you could please close us off in prayer.
Yes. All right, please join me in prayer. Dearest Heavenly Parent and true parents, thank you very much, Heavenly Parent, for this wonderful new year that we get to begin together as brothers and sisters, and also from all around the world. We're just really grateful for this new day and new year. This time period that we've been given, Heavenly Parent, in morning devotion has been such a wonderful experience for so many of us, Heavenly Parent, where we come before you in the morning and we can begin our day with you, centering our mind and our heart on your words and on inviting true parents into our life, Heavenly Parent. We're so moved by Dr. Yong, who dedicates all of his time, really all of his energy, to providing this time for us, Heavenly Parent, to be able to reflect together as brothers and sisters and learn more about your wisdom. And today we learned about many things. We learned more about True Parents' course and what they had to go through, giving birth to so many children, Heavenly Parent, as a part of your will. And we learned about give and take, Heavenly Parent, the importance of being able to go down and humble ourselves and then be able to rise back up, Heavenly Parent, and how important it is in this give and take that we can cultivate true love within ourselves, Heavenly Parent, no matter what we've been through in our lives, that we can grow our hearts to keep loving one another and to resemble you as your sons and daughters. And so we're really grateful to also hear about Jesus's course as we can reflect on how much has been done before us, Heavenly Parent, through Jesus, and we can learn about how to move forward in our own journey of growth, Heavenly Parent, gaining spiritual children and really doing our best for True Mother at this time. So we're just really grateful to begin the new year with your wisdom, and we really ask for your blessings upon this new year and the beginning, starting this new day with you. So thank you so much for everyone here. And I report this prayer in all of our names here and in my name, Sujin Ogden, daughter of Christopher Ogden, a Sitrabus family, Aju.
Aju, Sujin Ogden, thank you to hear your beautiful prayer. I hope this year I want to hear very, very good news from you. Do you understand what I'm talking about already? I hope definitely I can support through my prayer. I hope our beautiful Sujin Ogden, your dream, your prayer will come true. Thank you. God bless you.
Sujin, for closing us off as usual with such a beautiful prayer. Brothers and sisters, this about wraps up today's morning devotion. I'd just like to acknowledge, actually, I have this hat the entire time for New Year. So before we go, I'd just like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Have a wonderful 2022. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, my brothers and sisters.